In this world, there is real evil. In the darkest shadows and in the most ordinary places. These are the true stories of the innocent and the unimaginable. Buried within an old English pub lies the dark secret of a brutal past. When the staff tries to communicate with the dead, they unleash a powerful evil they cannot control. With the help of spiritual mediums, they dig deeper to solve a century-old mystery, unaware their obsession for answers could end their lives. Between the world we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. In northeastern England, small villages dot the landscape of the Tyne River Valley, separating long stretches of moors and ancient forests. For thousands of years, this land has hidden countless dark secrets, while other horrors lie near the surface, just waiting to be discovered. For nearly 200 years, the Wheatsheaf Pub has stood as a landmark in West Bolden, England.
All right, guys, time to lock up.
In 2004, David Guy bought the Wheatsheaf and hired a new staff.
It used to be a great pub. It used to be the best pub in Bolden. The pub was boarded up for 7 months. Nobody wanted to take it on.
Not bad.
Since reopening, business has been good. But David's staff has reported strange encounters in the pub. Camilla Moment is the manager.
I always got the feeling there was somebody watching us. I've never been afraid, ever, until I worked in the Wheatsheaf.
Look at this. Who did this? Put a hand in me jelly? I made this last night for the vodka shooters. The fridge door's open too.
The kitchen was locked. The fridge doors would be open. Things would be moved. And there was something different you didn't know what to expect when you went into the kitchen because there was always something different.
Tim is a bartender. He's heard customers describe paranormal experiences. At the Wheatsheaf, strange incidents seem to occur on a nightly basis.
You hear noises all the time. Like, just footsteps, bang, bang, bang.
There's no one here but us.
We'll just have a look.
Anybody up here? Anybody in here?
David finds nothing upstairs.
Besides, even if it is haunted here, there's nothing to be scared of.
You never know. Yeah. Now that you mention it, how about a little game? Come on. What the world?
Are you joking?
David shows them a Ouija board he's made.
Seat me, love. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery, all right? A little bit of spiritual detective work. I want to find out what's knocking around in me pub. You go first.
It's not just me. We all have to put a hand on the glass, don't we?
All right. Come on.
No room for me. That's all right. I'll watch.
He's scared. Is that it? You scared?
Scared of what? Paper and a couple whiskey glasses.
Never mind. 6 fingers is enough. Now, what do we ask?
Ask who's been stomping around upstairs.
All right. Spirits, tell us.
Who is walking the halls of the Old Wheat Sheaf pub?
Do it again.
Louder.
Is there a spirit in the Old Wheat Sheaf pub? Oh, it's moving.
I saw your hand.
I'm kidding. I'm not moving it. G.
E. T.
Get a piece of paper and a pen and write this down.
Get. O. U. T. Get out. Anybody up there?
The kitchen is closed. I checked the washrooms.
Do you want me to go check?
No. Don't take your hands off the glass.
Who's climbing those steps? Who are you?
G. K. I.
L. L. I. O. U. Get out or I'll kill you.
That's it. I'm done. I'm going home.
Look. It's moving by itself.
H. E. L. P. M. E. Help me?
Who are
It
you?
was actually spelling out, please help me. Just kept saying, help me, I'm trapped.
Who are you?
It's the ghost of the little girl. When the customer led upstairs, the one who went into the kitchen and put a hand in the jelly.
How do you know?
I just feel it. I know. I'm sure it's her.
The staff of the Wheat Sheaf tries to continue with business as usual. A few days later, David agrees to host a fundraiser.
Someone asked us to raise money for something. Girls in the pub asked if we could have a psychic night.
£5 to get you consultation with one of our fabulous psychics. All proceeds go to the Children's Cancer Fund. Right, huh?
Boy, what's all this noise about?
Pub regular Martin Brown doesn't believe in psychics.
And I remember laughing and carrying on with my friends. How stupid can they get? You know, that this is how daft it was.
£5, thank you. Thank you, love. Right now. Thank you, love.
Lana Grabinskas and Suzanne Hadwin are two spiritual mediums who donate their services to the cause.
Are you all right?
Suzanne senses a powerful, negative presence in the pub.
There's something not right in there.
As I first walked through the doors of the Wee Chief, I got an emotion of anger. Anger that I've never felt before in my life.
Excuse me, are you taking readings?
Yes, of course.
Well, I'd like to know if Albert, he's my sweetie.
Once I started doing the readings, I tried to put these emotions in the back of my mind.
£1,000 of his life insurance policy.
I had no just cause why I was feeling this way.
I'll do my best to locate Albert.
Okay.
You just have to be more open to the differences in people. Would you mind excusing me for just a moment?
Sure.
A few hours later, Suzanne remains troubled by the anger she sensed when she first entered the pub.
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. You could see right through it.
Please, he's coming!
I could see her fear in her eyes.
Who's coming?
Suzanne sees a vision of another time, nearly a century ago.
I could see the carpet, and I could see this little bed.
Please, Mom, can you help me? Please.
I think it was the first time in 100 years that she's ever communicated with somebody. I felt overwhelmed by the trust that she had for me.
Are you still there?
And the next minute she was gone. I was looking through a mirror at my own reflection.
Later that night, after the pub closes,
I hope you made a lot of money for the charity. Do you know you've got a spirit upstairs? I saw her in the hallway and then in the washroom. Did you know that room used to be a bedroom?
When she told us about the little girl, I mean, that was so unreal. I mean, it was only us knew about that. She says, do you mind us having a walk around the pub?
You're welcome to go explore if you want.
Intrigued, Suzanne decides to look again for the young girl.
Says Joseph. I knew him. Don't ask me why I knew him, but I knew him.
Suzanne is bombarded by images from another time.
Nobody's going to hurt you.
Leave me alone! No!
And I could see her little body going down to the cellar, squealing, screaming. She was only a poor defenseless little soul.
Suzanne believes an evil spirit named Joseph lurks in the Wheatsheaf pub.
And they dragged the little girl down there.
She had a vision in which he harmed a young girl.
What did they do to her?
I don't know. Something terrible, I fear.
Oh my God.
It sounds like that girl, doesn't it?
Why I got so much of a fright
She spoke to us.
was because that is what we had picked up from the Ouija board.
You used a Ouija board?
Yeah.
When David told me you used the Ouija board, I said to him, you're letting evil
K-I-L-L.
into this world.
Get rid of it. Tear it apart. It's an open door.
To what?
It creates a portal through which evil can come.
What are we going to do? We have to help her.
I just wanted to help the little girl to go on our way.
We gotta get rid of them.
We can't help the little girl until we get rid of Joseph. If we get rid of him, I think they'll all leave.
All of them? How many are there?
I don't know.
A few nights later, after closing, Suzanne and Lana return, hoping to rescue the soul of the young girl. They begin by cleansing the pub to protect the group from dangerous spirits.
You neutralize the energies that are within the room. You cleanse a heavy atmosphere.
My guides to come close to me. I asked
Suzanne must again locate the spirit of the young girl to help her move on.
that may be detrimental. Fill my aura with the light and love of God. Bring me closer to perfection each day.
Because he would not have let me make that connection to the little girl.
Suzanne believes that Joseph's spirit is concentrated in the basement. She hopes the staff's presence will distract him and keep him there. Suzanne uses salt to create a circle of protection. Since ancient times, various cultures have believed that circles mark the boundary of a sacred area, keeping unwanted energies out.
What makes you think this Joseph is here?
Do you think he's here right now?
Yes, he's here. And your job is to keep him here. Remember, stay inside the circle and don't come upstairs until I call you.
This is insane. This is totally insane.
This is your idea.
My idea.
You started with the Ouija board.
It was just a blasted game.
Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray.
Suzanne and Lana begin to look for the spirit of the young girl. Suzanne starts in the room that was once the young girl's bedroom.
I always use an audio tape to capture sounds, to capture any energies in the room.
I think she's in here.
Suzanne hopes a doll will attract the young girl.
We mean you no harm.
Lana is a psychic artist. When she makes contact with a spirit, she is able to create an image of it.
As a psychic artist, you pick up on their feelings and experiences that they've gone through. In her case, it was a sense of sorrow.
I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to know what happened to you. You're safe here with us. Step inside. Jessica.
I knew in my mind that this was her name.
What a lovely name. What are you frightened of? What happened to you?
You knew he was around you. You didn't have to ask yourself that question. You knew he was around you.
That's Joseph.
I got a vision of somebody punning her against the floor, and she was terrified. I was crying. I was pleading them to stop it. And they wouldn't stop.
Suzanne is now certain that Joseph killed Jessica.
Why was she condemned to death? Why did they do it to her?
Jessica, where is your body?
I'm still here.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My heart was aching for her. I ran my fingers down the wall and I said, she's in the wall. She's in the wall.
How long does she expect us to stay down here?
There's nothing.
What? Cam, you're outside the circle.
So I
felt something touch my face.
Get back in the sofa. Cat! Hold her down. Hold her down.
I couldn't control my legs. I couldn't lift my head up. And the pain in my head was horrendous.
All right, Ken. She was attacked. For God's sakes, man, we don't know what happened.
Something touched me. Touched my face.
There was no doubt in my mind that there was evil spirits or something evil haunting the pub.
You'll be all right. I know it's frightening.
I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was suffocating.
Suzanne believes that Kamala has been attacked by Joseph.
What? What is it?
Lana, would you get the tape recorder and leave me your drawings? We've made contact. Her name is Jessica. She was murdered here. They hid her body in the wall upstairs.
She's just a girl.
What could she possibly have done?
I think you'd better listen to this.
What is that?
Just listen.
I'm coming for you, Suzanne. I'm going to kill you, Suzanne.
I felt terrified. Absolutely terrified. But I knew I had to stand my ground. And I had to show him no fear.
We've got no choice. We're going to help the girl.
But what about what he said he would do?
No, we have to help her. She's trapped in the spirit world. We must help her.
Watch my hands!
That night, David reluctantly agrees to let his staff search for the remains of the young girl.
Look, there's a brick wall in there.
Well, what'd you expect? This blasted building must be several hundred years old. My pup better be standing here when I get back in the morning. Just take it easy, all right?
Look at this. It's a fireplace.
This is it.
She's in there. Let's keep digging.
They work through the night.
I can't see anything. What the hell have you done?
I wasn't happy at all.
It's here.
The place was a mess. Total mess.
It's here. It's what I saw in my vision.
What's this?
All of a sudden, somebody just reached in and pulled out a piece of concrete, which contained some strands of hay. And for a moment, everybody just stood in sort of shock horror.
It looks like a piece of bone.
When I held the remains of Jessica in my hand, I felt like a weight had been lifted.
I knew she was there. We're almost there. It's her. It's Jessica.
There's no one here.
Did you see that?
What?
It was like a shadow, only it wasn't.
Are you all right?
He's here, sitting at the table.
With her second sight, Suzanne sees what others cannot.
Why did you kill her? What did you do with her?
Watching Suzanne confront Joseph was frightening.
Why did you kill her?
Suzanne was shouting at something we couldn't see.
What did you do to her?
Then I got visions of women handing over money. It was a brothel. He controlled a brothel. And he hated women. Women were nothing to him.
What did you do to her? Why did you kill her? What did you do to her? Tell me, why did you kill her?
She got in my way! And if you get in my way, you'll die too.
I couldn't back down. Because if he knew my fear, he knew my weakness. He knew he would get a hold of me then.
We don't have much time. He's growing stronger.
What the hell have you done?
At a local library, Suzanne and a wheat sheaf bartender look for clues to Joseph's identity.
I had to find out where Joseph's from. Times and dates that linked him to this pub. Find out what happened.
And that's the pub.
In a book about Bolden's history, she discovers a photograph of a man who looks like Joseph.
That's him.
Oh, wow. See if there's more. Is there more? Is there Elizabeth and me?
And in a photo of a Sunday school class, Suzanne finds a young girl she believes is Jessica.
That's Jessica?
That's Jessica.
I felt successful that I came up with all the evidence that was there.
pub is peaceful for several days. Even regular customers like Martin are unaware the place is haunted.
I've never heard anything about the bar being haunted. It's a bit off the wall, to say the least.
Are you okay? All right.
Yeah. Just a bit jumpy, I guess.
Where's Brian tonight?
Hello. Did you see that? I saw it move and then it just flew off the bloody wall.
It could have killed you. It could have crushed your skull.
Things weren't getting any better. I knew there was going to be some sort of showdown.
A few hours later, at a house in a nearby town,
I'd had a vision. I saw him, David, being pushed down the stairs.
Hello?
David, is that you?
Yes, who is this?
Oh, thank God. This is Lana. I was so worried about you. I just had a premonition.
Do you know what time it is? Isn't it late for premonitions?
Listen, David, I'm not joking. Please promise
She
me
asked
you'll
us
be
about my house. She says, David, I've had a vision that you're going to have a nasty accident on your stairs. And it's going to be Joseph that's going to push you. And, I mean, Lana's never been to my house.
very aggressive.
I see. Well, thanks for the warning.
He was constantly threatening us. Obviously, I was a bit worried about it.
Energies were building up and things were getting worse for various people working within the pub. And we decided that we've got to sort of put this to rest.
Just Jason.
one night, Martin Brown wanders upstairs.
All right, Martin. Come on now.
If you want to find her, look for the green paint.
Find her? How do you know?
The little girl.
She's buried behind the green bricks.
But there's nothing here. We've torn down the whole wall.
Oh, she's here. And so is he.
I went cold. I just froze.
The girl is mine!
Possession can come over you like a flick of a coin.
Leave me the pub!
Lana makes a circle of salt around Martin to protect the
I
staff.
still don't understand why you're doing all this.
Joseph is inside you.
Who?
Suzanne will attempt to draw Joseph out of Martin.
I knew I had a very, very dangerous battle ahead of me. And this was a very evil force.
Joseph, I know you're in there.
When I addressed Martin as Joseph, he just looked and glared at me.
I was terrified. It just looked so evil.
I looked at Joseph as it's just me and you now, Joseph.
Mark my words, you'll live to regret this.
The Archangel. Defend us
Your
and
pathetic rituals will have no effect.
We humbly pray. By the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all evil spirits who wander the world, the ruins of souls. Amen.
You will leave his body, and you will go where God commands you!
You filthy wench!
Then I got the visions of this woman being slaughtered. So it all made sense. I knew she had seen something, and that's why it cost her a little life.
Suzanne believes she has guardian angels or spirit guides that protect and advise her. She will need them to draw Joseph from Martin's body, as well as a pendulum or dowser.
Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of...
I asked my guides to pull his energy away from Martin and push it right through my body into this crystal.
Joseph, I draw you into this dowser.
No, I won't go.
Leave! I command you to leave now!
The pendulum moves faster. Suzanne steadily draws Joseph's energy into its center.
The crystal started to spin and spin and spin and spin, and I could feel the energies drawing closer towards the crystal.
Our Father, hallowed be thy name. Thy will on earth. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Said, are you alright?
I had a terrible shock.
She says, I'm fine.
Is he gone? Did it work?
I know nothing, absolutely nothing of what went on.
When Suzanne finally removed Joseph, it was a strange atmosphere because everybody was shocked at what had happened to Martin, but it was a relief as well.
It was like you were possessed. Were you scared?
The last thing I remember is going upstairs, going into that room and seeing the fireplace, and then nothing.
Martin retains a mysterious awareness of the spirit that possessed him.
His name was Joseph. He was a barman. He had preyed on innocent families. He actually made money out of prostitution. How I knew these things, I do not know. It's left us with quite a memories which aren't mine.
Now that Joseph is gone, Suzanne believes Jessica's spirit has finally found peace.
Is it coming all over again?
That's what we're talking
Definitely.
The strong drink, fill it up.
It was really strange, but it was a lot lighter than what it had been.
What about you? Don't want? You're not going to have whiskey.
People started to laugh and joke again.
You really don't remember?
It was a very, very intense experience, which was basically going to stay with me for the rest of my life, and it gave me an idea of what spirit is capable of.
I've been communicating with spirits since far back as I can remember. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. He could have took my life easily. The click of his fingers.
And I really admire Suzanne, Lana for the dedication. And I found it remarkable that they've, faced an issue that not many of us understand,
Thank you so much for all the work you've done.
Believe what you want. At the end of the day, you've got to either believe or you don't.
It makes us think, well, there's more. Because at one time I used to think, is there? But now I know there is.
Good stuff.
A family moves into a centuries-old home and uncovers its ominous history.
The list went on. Murders to mass murders, you name it, it happened.
What begins with mysterious noises.
What is that?
Here you go, Casey.
And an imaginary friend turns into something so dark, so evil.
It was trying to kill me. I'm fighting with all my might.
Only a higher power can save them.
Jay!
It will never back down. It will go out and destroy you any way that it can.
You're all going to die.
In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. New England's idyllic countryside attracts many families looking to put down roots in its picture postcard communities.
It was a very nice area, and it was kind of on the upper scale. We thought it was going to be a nice area, good schools to raise a family.
Jay Yable and his family are lucky to move into an historic late 18th century house near the town center.
It was a large home, and it was something that I could call my own, and the price was more than reasonable at the time.
Jay is retired military and now works as a maintenance supervisor at a nearby office complex.
Got some water for you.
Oh, yes! His wife, Elka, works as a medical assistant.
Oh my gosh, babe. It is so much bigger than I remembered.
Welcome to the American dream.
When I first met Elka, her upbeat spirit, that's what kind of drew me to her. I think we knew right from the beginning that it was going to be a match.
You take a break.
Girls?
The spacious home seems the perfect place to raise their twin girls, Alex and Riley.
Huh? What do you think?
It looks like the biggest, most beautiful dollhouse ever. It's all ours, even the trees?
Even the trees.
Jay can't wait to show off the house to his friend Mike Sokol.
Oh, right here. Oh, yeah.
Jay and I grew up together, attended each other's weddings, children's births, baptisms.
Helping us move, man, that goes beyond friendship.
I've known him since I was like 5 years old. We were best friends. He's like a brother to me.
Man, you are really moving on up. Just look at this.
Girls, please don't get in Daddy's way.
Hey, come back here, you little rascals!
You're wearing me out.
Hey,
Yes.
I know you have your reservations.
Yes.
Look,
When Jay and Elka found the house, it was a little more of a hard sell for her.
after we unpack,
And spackle, and paint, and fix these creaky floors. Oh, it's a lot of work.
I said, once we start to decorate it and make it look nice, it's going to become your home. It's going to be something special.
Yes.
But it's more than just the renovations. Elka's instincts tell her something is not right about the house. Something she can't identify.
Elka's like, I don't like it. Something's wrong.
Over the following weeks, painting and major repairs are done, and the family settles into a comfortable routine.
tell me again why we use a baby monitor for our kids, as old as they are.
Because your children like to wake up in the middle of the night and go exploring. You remember the time we caught Riley heading out the back door at midnight to find the cat? Whoa, hello. Whoa.
Mommy, can we have some?
Okay, but just one, because I do not want you to spoil your dinner. Excuse me, I said just one.
But this one's for Casey.
That would be their new imaginary friend.
My daughters would talk about sometimes they would play with somebody, a girl in their room, and we thought it was just imaginary friends like a lot of kids would have.
That one's for Casey.
You are something else.
For 7 months, all has been relatively tranquil in the house, until one night.
Jay?
What is that?
I have no idea.
Somebody or something is banging on the walls. Boom, boom, boom.
Could be the pipes. An old house like this.
Wait, listen.
It was like someone scratching on a wall with claws.
Over here.
Sounds like it's coming from all around us. Like something trying to get out.
Or in.
Jay suspects it's neighborhood kids pulling a prank. But there is no one in sight.
I looked on the porch, and at this point, I was dumbfounded.
Anything?
No.
I said nobody could move that fast.
Weird.
A few nights later, the strange sounds continue. This time from the audio monitor connected to the twins' bedroom.
Jay, did you leave the TV on?
No.
What is that noise?
Static.
I shouldn't be doing that. What's wrong with it? Oh, this thing.
You're all going to die.
Oh my God, the girls! The girls!
In 2006, the Yapel family moves into a late 18th century house in suburban Connecticut. At first, all is calm, but a few months later, they begin hearing strange noises they can't explain.
What is that?
Things are happening, and I have no idea what's going on.
One night, the mysterious sounds grow threatening when a message comes across the audio monitor from their daughter's bedroom.
You're all going to die.
You hear this voice, and it says, "You all are going to die."
Oh my God, the girls! The girls!
We jumped up. We ran right into the kids' room. And there was nothing.
They're fine.
They were sound asleep.
No one's here. No one's been here.
Elka's initial wariness about the house now turns to fear.
There's something wrong with this house, Jay. I'm telling you. There's something wrong with this house.
She knew there was too many coincidences that weren't adding up, and she was convinced at this point there was something really bad in the house. I'm like, just calm down. I said, ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. I'm trying to rationalize things.
But there is nothing logical about these sounds. One afternoon, Jay stays home from work to take care of the girls when Elka comes down with the flu.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like some more tea, honey?
No, I'm fine. Thank you, though.
After moving into the house, Elka changed a little bit. She seemed to become ill more.
Jay?
Yeah, I heard it.
What is that?
Sounds like someone upstairs.
You could hear someone taking like a cane or stick and going up and down on the side of the kid's bed.
Casey's here.
Casey is Riley's imaginary friend. But Jay doesn't believe in the invisible. As an ex-soldier trained for combat, he decides to take action against the intruder.
I went to my room and I grabbed my weapon. My heart's beating fast. I'm praying. I don't ever want to have to shoot somebody in my house.
Jay finds no one and nothing disturbed in Alex and Riley's room. And the sounds grow more insistent.
And it was loud, like somebody's really angry. Whoever was in the house was actually right above my head. And I figured if there was somebody up there, I had them because they were in the attic and there was no way out. There was nothing. There was nobody.
I don't get it. What were those noises?
I told you. Something is not right.
Elka is starting to think that the house is haunted. I would say that there's got to be a logical explanation. Maybe what we really heard wasn't footsteps, or maybe it wasn't the rapping sounds. Maybe it's the old house creaking or settling.
Weeks pass, and Elka grows more afraid.
She'd be like, you know, I don't feel safe in this house. There's something going on. She would feel like someone would be standing back and watching her.
Deep in the heart of New England, a family of 4 is haunted by mysterious sounds they can't explain.
You're all going to die.
Wherever she goes, Elka Yapel senses something in the house.
Elka had come to Jay and said, you know, I think there's some kind of spirits in our house. And of course, I was skeptical.
One afternoon, Elka feels the presence growing stronger. Elka thinks she's safe, but there's no escaping.
Jay! Jay!
The toys just went off altogether, and they were getting louder and louder.
Stop it!
Every single toy stopped simultaneously.
Enough! I want out of this house! I want out of this house!
Honey?
After the toy incidents, I started believing there was something really wrong. I kept thinking maybe if it was a ghost, it was somebody who lived there and didn't like us being in their house.
Unable to take his wife's distress any longer, Jay goes on a mission.
That's when I decided I was going to go down to the town hall and start doing research to see if anybody died in the house.
Town records indicate the house was built in the late 1700s. And right away, Jay notices something peculiar.
The house was bought by somebody, a year later it was sold, bought, 6 months later sold, a year and a half sold, 7 years sold. And this is a pattern.
Jay makes another sobering discovery.
What's up, buddy?
Mike.
Jay shares his findings with his best friend.
There have been a lot of deaths in this house.
What?
Look at this.
Jay finds over a dozen murders, suicides, and accidental deaths related to the house.
And not just people that lived here, but friends, neighbors, people associated with the house.
You found that there was a lengthy history of really bizarre occurrences. So that kind of put a little, chill down my back. I'm like, whoa.
I started believing the house is haunted.
We are trying to contact the spirit or entity in this house. Reveal yourself.
Jay contacts Orlando Ferranti, head of the Paranormal Research Society of Connecticut, a non-profit group of paranormal investigators.
Anything?
Maybe there's nothing here.
Oh no. I can feel something.
When I got into the home, you could just feel the oppression and the negative energy in that household. I've never felt that kind of energy before in my life. It's just a cesspool of negativity. I walked around the house with a recording device and some EMF detectors.
EMF detectors measure electromagnetic fields. An energy spike indicates possible paranormal activity.
I wasn't getting any abnormal readings, but I still felt this oppression. I was very concerned about this negative energy because it was watching me. It did not want me there.
Orlando.
Suddenly, the team's psychic picks up on the energy.
all of a sudden the spirit is talking through his body. The psychic changed from his normal, quiet personality into this arrogant, nasty, demonic.
Are you the entity who controls this house? Who are you? Name yourself.
You are all going to die. You are going to hell.
Why do you torment this family? You want somebody? Come after me!
For more A Haunting, visit DestinationAmerica.com. Ever since the Yapel family moved into a historic New England house, they have felt a dark presence. And when Jay uncovers more than a dozen murders, suicides, and accidental deaths related to the house, the former military man has no choice but to believe.
I live in a haunted house. I'm starting to get very frightened. There's something that is pure evil.
Jay reaches out to paranormal experts to investigate the house, when suddenly the psychic channels a dark entity.
You are all going to die.
And things turn violent.
Lily! Are you all right? Are you okay?
Anything with that kind of power that can pick up a human being and throw them is something demonic.
Orlando suspects the number of deaths related to the house could have attracted a demon.
A lot of that negative energy becomes residual negative energy, and it could attract other negative energies. It's almost like a beacon.
When he mentioned a demon, I was terrified. We were worried about Alex and Riley and their safety, along with our safety.
Orlando promises he will put together a plan to help them.
He wanted to get all kinds of evidence so he could bring to the church to have the church authorize a exorcism on the house.
A week later.
There was this girl, like she just came back from a dance or something. She was trying to kill me. I'm fighting with all my might, and I'm not a small guy, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm fighting. I'm like, this is a bad dream. I wanted to yell for Elka, and I couldn't speak. My voice was gone. All of a sudden, it was like a popping sound. And it was gone. What a nightmare. What a horrible nightmare.
Or so he thinks. The following morning, to Jay's horror, the nightmare appears to have been real.
That scared me to the core.
What happened?
I don't know.
I kept playing a scenario over my head. Why did it happen? What was it? Could it come back? Could it attack my girls? Could it attack my wife?
Jay consults with a paranormal expert who believes he knows what happened.
He experienced phantomania, which is basically the experience of being frozen, if you will. The energy is being sucked out of you and being used by the spirit.
He thinks the entity that attacked Jay could be a shape-shifting demon.
It's possible that this negative energy or demonic entity could be changing its form. It could change itself to a female, it could change itself to a child, it could change itself to even an animal.
Orlando also has bad news for Jay. He won't be coming back.
And there's no way I can come back to the house anymore.
The demon is affecting his family.
I had to back out of the investigation.
I understand.
My kids come first, and they were being traumatized by something unseen. My oldest son, for a week straight, had these nightmares, these horrible nightmares of an old man with a decrepit-looking face.
They were actually getting visions of my house in their heads.
I had to back away, but I didn't want to give up trying to help Jay.
I wanted to take my family at that point and run, and I couldn't.
Everything the Yapel family owns is tied up in the house.
I had to stay and fight, and I was fighting alone.
The family was becoming more isolated. Everyone just didn't want to attend his house. I felt terrible. We've been friends for years, 30 plus years. And there's nothing I can do to help him.
Would you like some more cake? Yes, please.
Jay is frightened for his family, but relieved his daughters appear immune from danger.
It seemed like it had boundaries. It has, like, rules of engagement. This entity would go after Elko or try to scare me.
Would you like some more tea? Yes, please.
For some reason, this thing would not go after my children.
Don't forget Casey. There you go, Casey.
Elka is less optimistic about their chances. She copes by maintaining a normal routine.
Jay? Jay!
What? What?
Do you hear it? No. I swear there was something here and it was watching me. Just listen.
I heard something, and it sounded like it was on two hoofs.
What is that?
Really, really scared me.
For 2 years, the Yapel family has been living in a centuries-old mansion with a dark secret. A past filled with sadness and death. Could this unsettling history have invited a shape-shifting demon into the home?
I've seen what a really bad entity is. It was so terrifying.
Just listen.
One night, the demon traps Jay and Elka in their attic.
We could actually hear this hoofed animal, and you could see the footprints. Total fear went over me. I have a big fear of the devil himself. That's what was going in my mind. It was actually the devil himself. This thing could see me, I couldn't see it. I was like, we're dead meat, you know, we're screwed. I can't do anything.
It stopped. Can we go?
Slow.
Okay.
Desperate to protect his family, Jay calls in Bob Baker of Connecticut Paranormal Investigators, an expert in demonic hauntings.
Thank you so much for coming, Bob. Where would you like?
He immediately senses something.
Whatever was in that house met me right at the door. And you could feel the oppression there.
Let's start upstairs. Come on.
The Yaples were very scared. I could see that they have already been through hell. They weren't sleeping. That was affecting their health.
Bob and his team measure the electromagnetic field in the house to detect for paranormal activity.
I think we got something here. Did you hear that?
We actually heard something come walking down the attic stairs. And it sounded like it weighed about 500 pounds. We didn't know whether to run or to stay.
Whoa, what happened? Are you all right?
My back started burning.
Wow.
I had like 9 scratches on my back.
It was like somebody took a whip and just whipped Bob.
It's very painful. It's just like getting scratched by a human. It's the same feeling. It draws blood and it hurts just as bad.
Bob believes an attack such as this could indicate the presence of a special kind of demon called a Wendigo.
The Wendigo type of demon can be very vicious. They hate us and they just want us dead. In many cases, the demon is there first. You kind of acquire it when you move in.
According to Bob, moving may not help the Yaple family get rid of the demon.
If the Yaples had gotten out right away, within the first 6 months, they probably would have gotten away with not having too much of a problem afterwards. But because they stayed so long, an attachment does form. You have to fight the battle where it starts. If you move away, then this thing will just torment you for the rest of your life.
You're all going to die.
That was really disturbing. I knew this thing could follow me and wreak more havoc on my life.
I was concerned about them being in the house. Jay seemed genuinely afraid and concerned for his family. He was overwhelmed by it. It was almost consuming him.
Jay turns to his faith for strength.
I was becoming more religious. If something's out to hurt me and it's negative, I'm going to go in the opposite direction and become stronger with my faith.
Bob reassures Jay that he will bring over a Dominican order bishop who is a world-renowned exorcist. The bishop can't come right away. The Yaples have no choice but to wait, hoping the haunting will not grow more dangerous.
in that house.
I know.
All right, girls. Got your dolly. Watch your fingers.
Hey, you ready?
Hey, hun. I'm gonna go get the mail.
Okay.
Papa,
Yeah, baby.
Casey's getting mad.
Casey's your imaginary friend, right?
You have to tell Jesus to stay away from the house.
I said, why would you say that? Riley says to me, she goes, Casey doesn't like you, Papa.
That's not a very nice thing for Casey to say, sweetheart. Casey is bad. All right? I don't think you should listen to her.
In suburban Connecticut, the Yapel family is tormented by a shape-changing demon some call a Wendigo. Their best hope is to have a world-renowned bishop perform an exorcism of the house, an ancient ritual to cast out demons. The bishop reassures the family he will come as soon as he's able, but it won't be soon enough.
Papa,
Yeah, baby.
Casey's getting mad.
All of a sudden, you can hear the truck start rolling backwards, and Elka almost goes under the wheel.
Jay! Elka!
The truck would have rolled over Elka and actually killed her.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Jay now realizes the twins have been interacting with an evil entity, but feels powerless to stop it.
The imaginary friend Casey was becoming more and more dangerous. So now I'm totally desperate. I'm worried about my children. I'm worried about Elka. She almost got killed. Now I really need to have an exorcist come in.
The day comes when the bishop arrives to perform an exorcism of the house.
You girls ready for the baptism?
He begins by rebaptizing Alex and Riley.
We already had them baptized.
I baptize thee in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
And he says, no. He goes, they're being baptized by me.
And the Holy Spirit.
The bishop talked to Riley about their imaginary friends. And then he took us thumb and made the sign of the cross over and told her not to speak any more of them, that they cannot hurt her or touch her, and to let them go.
Glorious Father,
Then the bishop begins the rite of exorcism.
save this servant from the enemy. Glorious Father, save thy servant from the enemy. Gloria Patri.
Jay!
Save this servant from the enemy.
When the bishop first came in, the house was tense and very angry. And then after he left, the house felt calm and mild.
We noticed an immediate change in the house. It felt lighter.
He does. He mows the grass.
Look
at
at
night.
Food, drinks.
You read my mind.
Elka noticed the change. She was like, I actually kind of feel good.
You know, you spilled some on the table.
You know?
That's all right, it's paid for.
If that's the worst that happens, I think we're okay.
After everything we've been through.
Everything's back to normal.
Since that day, paranormal activity has returned to the Yapel house.
The bishop, I believe, did weaken it to the point where we can actually live in the house.
The ultimate mystery, whether a demon somehow entered the home and triggered years of violence, or if various violent events somehow attracted a demon, is one that will likely never be solved.
The violence in that house was just so overwhelming over the years.
Jay!
I believe there was probably a demon in this house right from the beginning.
The Yapels plan to move once they can sell the house.
I would hope they move. Or we burn the house to the ground, one of the two. And I don't know how you get rid of it. You can't kill, you can't blow it up. I said, we gotta pray. That's all we have left.
It's so hard to live with it. You want to get out, you pray, somebody will come up and say, hey, I'll buy your house for you, move. I wish the town would just buy it or someone would buy it and just destroy it.
Until then, Jay Yapel soldiers on.
I'm fighting an endless war against something that's unseen and that I have no defense over, and I just have to keep my eyes open